A massive computer outage grounds Delta airline flights all over the globe. Frustrated travelers trapped for hours. What is taking down these systems worldwide?
Tragedy at a water park. A 10-year-old killed going down the tallest water slide in the world. The park evacuated and shut down. His family now speaking out about the horrifying incident as investigators try to determine what went wrong.
Donald Trump tries to get back on track. The ABC News poll shows real trouble for him as he launches a new attack on Hillary Clinton.
Honestly, I don't think she's all there.
Will his big speech revealing his plan for the economy turn around the race today?
And pure gold.
Yeah, still in the basement.
America mesmerizing in Rio. Katie Ledecky breaking her own world record as Michael Phelps adds another gold to his record tally.
Number 19.
And Team USA dominating on the bars and the beam.
That's the best I've seen her do it.
Now Simone Biles leading the charge for glory.
Hi, I'm Simone Biles. Good morning, America.
Can she become the first woman ever to win 5 gold medals at a single Olympics? We're live in Rio for all the action.
Live in Times Square. This is Good Morning America.
And good morning, Rick. I hope you had a great weekend. Olympics off and running, and what a start for the Americans.
Oh my goodness, Team USA stunning overnight, taking home 2 gold medals. Amy will have all the latest from the Olympics coming up, including the moment everybody is talking about, this swimmer making quite a statement about the Russian doping scandal.
Yeah, a lot to get into this morning, but first, that breaking news. Delta flights grounded worldwide overnight. Some frustrated travelers sharing these photos of some long lines right now. And Delta now saying, there you see it right there, that the delays are due to a global computer outage. ABC's David Curley is at Reagan National Airport with the latest. Good morning, David.
The latest and the long lines, George. Tens of thousands of passengers are being affected by this. Here's just one line. This is National Airport, Reagan National Airport. You can see the line here. No Delta jets are taking off. This computer outage started overnight. It is continuing at this hour. If a Delta jet is in the air, it will continue and land, but nothing is taking off from the ground. There was a passenger in Sacramento who sent us an audio file of the pilot explaining what happened overnight.
Back in our operations control center in Atlanta, huge room, the center of the whole operation, their computers are down. And if you've been trying to call and get rebooked or call the Diamond Desk or anything, it looks like everybody's in the same boat.
Delta says in a statement a computer outage has impacted flights and is advising travelers to check the status of their flights this morning while the issue is being addressed. But there is no solution so far. Delta now joins the other major carriers that have been hit by computer shutdowns. A year ago, United had nearly 5,000 flights affected just last month. Southwest canceled 2,300 flights. This looks like it could be a lot worse, George. It is morning, it is rush, it is Monday, and no Delta jets are taking off around the globe.
Yeah, and David, I think most of us assume there's some kind of fail-safe mechanisms in place, but this is affecting every flight all over the world. How could that be?
Yeah, Delta's not being specific exactly what happened with their computer system, but all this information is critical to pilots. They need to know weather data, how many people they're carrying. Dispatchers have to know weights. All these things are reliant on computers. The system goes down, you're not flying.
Ripple effects everywhere. David Curley, thanks very much.
All right, George, we're going to turn now to that tragic accident at a popular water park. A 10-year-old boy killed in Kansas on what is deemed the tallest water slide in the world. The park closed this morning as investigators try to determine what went wrong. ABC's Alex Perez is in Kansas City with the latest. Good morning to you, Alex.
Good morning, Lara. It was a beautiful day here at the park, packed with families, when something went terribly wrong.
This morning, authorities investigating what went tragically wrong at this popular Kansas City water park.
The mother was screaming, "He's not moving, that's my boy."
ABC News learning the 10-year-old son of Kansas State Representative Scott Schwab died while riding what's known as the tallest water slide in the world here at the Schlitterbahn Water Park. Schwab telling ABC News overnight, since the day Caleb was born, he brought abundant joy to our family. We are comforted knowing he believed in our Savior Jesus, and they are forever together now. We will see him another day.
But it still brought tears to my eyes that someone else lost their child. That's my child's age that I'm sure they felt was safe.
This morning, while the city grieves, investigators are remaining tight-lipped, not releasing any details of what happened Sunday at the Kansas park.
Our thoughts and prayers are with the family during this difficult time.
This is what the ride, called Verrückt, German for insane, looks like from the top. Standing at 168 feet high, it's taller than the Statue of Liberty and plummets its thrill seekers a jaw-dropping 17 stories in just seconds. Tubers hitting speeds of nearly 70 miles per hour. Commercials for the ride even asking the question,
Are you insane?
The slide requires a minimum height of 54 inches, and 2 to 3 riders must be in a raft with a total weight of at least 400 pounds. When the ride opened 2 years ago, sliders had to be at least 14 years of age. That has since changed. But before the ride even opened, many raised questions about its safety, especially after watching these early safety tests showing sandbag dummies flying off the slide. The ride's opening delayed at least 3 times while the park reworked it, adding seat belts and safety netting.
Quite possibly, this incident is not going to be a result of a mechanical issue, more possibly a result of a human error.
And the park will be closed today as a team of investigators works to figure out what exactly went wrong here. George?
Thanks, Alex. We're joined now by the president and CEO of the National Safety Council, Deborah Hersman. Deborah, thank you for joining us this morning. So many questions raised by this accident. The company had taken many steps to put in safety measures before the ride opened. But what kind of questions are you asking right now? What's on top of your mind?
You know, I think first really is to let that investigation play out. It's good that they've closed the park, but we really want to understand what happened here, and giving officials the time they need to do the investigation thoroughly and properly will give us a lot more answers.
They added seat belts, they added safety netting, they had weight requirements. So is this more likely human error?
You know, I think it's really too early to tell. We really don't know what happened. Very tragic event here. People come to parks, water parks, amusement parks, hoping to have fun, but they certainly expect a safe ride. And so we want to make sure that whenever anyone goes to a park, that they do follow those height, weight, and age restrictions, that they don't try to loosen up the restraints. And definitely, if you're going to a water park, make sure you know how to swim.
Have we had many problems with water parks across the country?
You know, the good news is we don't see fatalities. They're so rare, but we do see injuries, but they're also very infrequent. We know that some of the places that can be really dangerous in summertime are around water, and so making sure that when you're around pools, if you don't know how to swim, parents, you want to make sure that you've got a close eye, close hand on your children. We see some injuries occur in pools every year, and we see people die because of drowning. But certainly some serious injuries can occur on places like slides. And so whether humans are involved or whether it's equipment, you really want to be careful. We see head, neck, and back injuries on slides.
This ride was called insane. Are park operators taking these too far?
You know, I think, you know, the question really is the ride safe? And if the ride is safe, we want to make sure that everyone who rides the ride is safe. And so taking the precautions that we need. If there are changes that need to be made, I'm sure that this park will be looking closely at that. But ultimately, there's also some responsibility for local and state authorities to take a look at it, as well as the manufacturers, to ensure that everything is safe every time.
Okay, Deborah Hersman, thanks for joining us this morning.
Thank you.
So lots of questions to be answered, but boy, our hearts go out to that family this morning.
Yeah, absolutely, and it's so important to think about those things that she said. All right, we're going to move on now to the race for the White House, and Donald Trump struggling to get back on track after tough poll numbers. Our new poll showing Hillary Clinton with an 8-point lead as Trump steps up his attack. ABC's Tom Yama is tracking it all for us. Good morning to you, Tom.
Lara and George, good morning to you. Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton will be showcasing different economic plans this week as Trump is using Clinton's own words against her.
This morning, as some wonder if Trump's campaign is coming unhinged, the Republican nominee lobbying that same attack on Hillary Clinton.
She is a totally unhinged person. She's unbalanced. Honestly, I don't think she's all there.
Trump seizing on this statement Clinton made about her truthfulness discussing her email server.
I may have short-circuited it, and for that, I, will try to clarify.
The Trump campaign posting this video on social media portraying Clinton as a robot.
So I may have short-circuited it.
And Trump having a field day with that short-circuit comment.
She took a little short circuit in the brain, and she's got problems. I mean, if we had real people, this would be a real problem for her. But I think that the people of this country don't want somebody that's going to short circuit up here. Okay? Not as your president.
Trump's new attacks come on the heels of new polls that show him in a summer slump. Our ABC News Washington Post poll showing many voters worried about Trump. 2/3 say he has the wrong temperament. Almost as many say he's unqualified and untrustworthy, a point former CIA Director Mike Morell made on This Week in regards to Trump's relationship with Russian leader Vladimir Putin.
From Mr. Trump's perspective, right, he simply heard Putin compliment him. He then responded by complimenting him. He never thought that he might be being played.
Trump firing back on Twitter, calling Morell a man who has made some serious bad calls and a total Clinton flunky.
And today in Detroit, Trump will unveil his economic plan, and we have a preview this morning. Here are some highlights. Trump wants to repeal and replace Obamacare. He wants to limit taxation of businesses, all businesses, to 15% and stop all payments using tax dollars to the UN global warming programs and also exclude child care expenses from taxation. Now, the Clinton campaign is already calling this Trumponomics, saying if he wins, you lose. George and Larry.
Okay, Tom, thanks very much. Let's bring this to Matt Dowd, our political analyst. And Matt, so Trump clearly digging out of a hole right now, but what he's trying today, an economic speech, biggest issue out there, focused on jobs, and trying to consolidate Republicans with a lot of ideas that have been Republican orthodoxy for a long time.
Yeah, I mean, I think he's much better arguing on the ground of the economic situation in the country today instead of this argument around the short-circuited situation. If I were Donald Trump, I would not be getting in an argument over mental stability in the course of this race. It's not a ground that I think is very good for him in this. He's much better off on this. But, George, in this speech, he has to do the equivalent of Jim Furyk's 58 yesterday, which was an amazing situation, set their all-time record. In order to break this pattern, he's going to have to hit it out of the park.
Out of the park. And one speech alone isn't going to do it. The question is, can he stay on message for a consistent series of days and weeks? At the same time, you're saying, you know, as we look at our poll, there's an 8-point lead for Hillary Clinton, our ABC News Washington Post poll, in both the 2- and the 4-way race right there. And you're paying real attention to the 4-way race because you think over time the Green Party candidate and Gary Johnson, the Libertarian candidate, can actually have an impact.
Yeah, I think this, unlike years past, George, as you know, where the third party or fourth party candidates dwindle as they get closer to Election Day, I actually think they're going to rise as we get closer to Election Day. I think that because of the dissatisfaction, as we see in the ABC poll, with both major party candidates and the fact that they're both unliked and they're both distrusted, means there's an opportunity for Gary Johnson and, to a degree, Jill Stein to grow their support. The question, George, is can they get enough support to get in that debate? That first debate in September, I think it's unlikely, but that's really the threshold they need to beat, which is 15%.
It worked for Ross Perot back in 1992. Finally, Hillary Clinton stepped in it again over the weekend with those new comments about the email server. How does she hold on, consolidate this lead she now has?
Don't go on the air. I think the best thing that she has done in the course of this is let Donald Trump occupy the media landscape, which he's consistently done and consistently made mistakes. And as she's disappeared, her poll numbers rise. And that actually is pretty consistent over the last 8 years. As she goes off the media platform, her numbers rise. So if I were her, cede it to Donald Trump and let Donald Trump keep doing what he's doing.
Go to the state's local media strategy. Matt Dowd, thanks very much.
Never a dull moment. Same thing in Rio, where America's Olympians are hitting their stride, taking home 2 gold medals in spectacular fashion and showing no signs of slowing down. Amy is live in Rio with all the latest. Good morning, Amy.
Hey, good morning, Lara and George. Team USA going for gold, and guess what? Breaking records along the way with incredible performances in the pool and on the balance beam. And this is the best part. They're just getting started.
The
United States will win gold.
The U.S. men's swim team struck gold Sunday night. Michael Phelps, the most decorated Olympian of all time, is back and helped bring his team to victory in the men's 4x100 freestyle relay. With this win, Phelps has now earned his 19th gold medal and 23rd overall medal in the Olympic Games. Phelps' teammate Ryan Held overcome with emotion on the podium. The Olympic veteran, no stranger to hearing the Star-Spangled Banner, put a comforting arm around the gold medal newbie. Also shining bright was 19-year-old American Katie Ledecky, winning gold in the 400-meter freestyle, crushing her competition in the pool.
Katie Ledecky smashes her own world record.
Ledecky, who was favored to win, breaking the world record and beating her closest competitor by 5 seconds. This superstar swimmer was only 15 when she won gold at the London Games and is now being called the female Phelps. Other American stars also making waves include 4-time gold medalist Dana Vollmer. The self-proclaimed mom on a mission had her first child last year and took bronze in the 100-meter butterfly. As for the men, first-time Olympian Cody Miller also taking home bronze in the 100-meter breaststroke. And the women's gymnastics team, decked out in stars and stripes, dominating all the events at the qualification round. On the bars, the vault, the beam, and the floor, ending the night in first place. And Simone Biles, making her much-anticipated Olympics debut, led the charge. Standing at just 4 foot 8 inches, the team's smallest member came out with the biggest scores, even showcasing her signature move, the Biles. And on the tennis courts, Serena and Venus Williams lost their first round match in the doubles competition.
A stunner in Rio.
But Serena won earlier in the day, beating her Australian opponent in straight sets. Now the 4-time gold medalist, playing again later today, is on track to add to her collection.
All right, and a big moment in the pool. Take a look at Russian swimmer Wjla. She's celebrating her win in the 100-meter breaststroke semifinal with a #1 finger wave. But take a look now at U.S. swimmer Lily King's reaction after she beat her time. King basically calling out Efimova for being caught in the Russian drug cheating scandal. A lot of people questioning why she has been allowed to compete. International swimming chiefs still not offering their explanation as to why that happened. But guess what? It is on, and the competition is fierce, guys.
Oh, I cannot stop watching. Amy, you are so lucky to be there. Great job. We want to get to Jesse Palmer now. He's got to look at where things stand in the Olympic medal count. Jess, give it to us.
That's right, Larry. I can't stop watching either. We are heading into day 3 at the Rio Olympics, and today, some real opportunities for the U.S. to bring home even more medals, including, of course, gold. Right now, America is in the lead with 12 medals, including 3 gold, 5 silver. Rounding out the top 3 medal winners are China with 8, Italy and Japan right now tied with 7 apiece. But big day today. All eyes on Michael Phelps as he competes in his first individual competition. We saw him, of course, add to his record medal tally last night with a win in the team relay. But you're also going to want to keep an eye out for the U.S. men's gymnastics team. The team final is today. And of course, the men looking to do what they could not do in 2012 in London, and that's bring home a medal. Larry, George?
We're going to watch for that. Thank you, Jesse. Now let's go to Rob. Another wildfire in the west.
Yeah, just east of L.A. George, I want to show you this video. It's called the Pilot Fire. About 1,500 acres burned. They've got 8 tankers on this. They even brought in the big jets trying to contain it, but so far, not much in the way of containment. We do have some gusty winds that are expected across the L.A. basin, and also red flag warnings are posted for the Intermountain West and some elevated fire risk here for more dry lightning. And they wish they had some of this rain across parts of northern Florida. Flood watch is in effect here. It's going to be a rainy week for the Panhandle. Your Select Cities Now, brought to you by IHOP.
Seriously? I've never had anything like this before.
Meet your new breakfast obsession, IHOP Crisp Croissants. 27 layers of buttery croissant dough baked fresh in a waffle iron.
It's so buttery and crispy.
Try savory spinach and roasted red pepper.
The pepper, the egg, and it's all in the perfect package.
Or decadent strawberries and sweet cream cheese. Or salted caramel and banana.
You just gotta try it to understand it.
New Crisp Croissants, a whole new breakfast experience you can only get at IHOP. Right now, kids eat free every day 4 to 10 p.m.
Well, good Monday morning to you. A lot of the D.C. schools, wards 7 and 8, back to school today. Bust up forecast by pickup. Temperatures will be in the low to mid 70s by the afternoon. Drop off upper 80s for highs. Today's going to be the best day out of the work week. Can't rule out an isolated shower in the red zone here. Fredericksburg to Leonardtown, areas around Warrenton to Woodstock. Could see a little pop-up spotty shower today. Better chance of rain at the end of the work week. Big story this work week. Another heat wave starts Wednesday, runs through Sunday.
And a lot more coming up here on GMA. We have the latest on that.